I feel like I have to change. No, seriously. You know how when you come to a point in your life and you're like, I don't want to be this person anymore. And you're like, you're going to think I'm crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. I'm just trying to figure out where you're going.
I guess there's just different milestones and stages and lessons that you learn in life that gets you to a point where you're like, I want to stop these habits that are getting in the way of the woman I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those. So I just had this, like, I guess, epiphany where I'm like, dang, I really have to change the way that I move. Just be more strategic in the way that I move. Don't just move. You know? That is not just a move where you're satisfied in one area of your life. You have to strategically, continuously make moves so that you're satisfied in your spiritual life, in your family life, in your romantic life, and in, you know, your life as a mom, like all these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I still did want to know like what your shirt says.
It says
Because
Las Mania. I don't know.
it just does look like it does say Narnia, but it also
doesn't
looks like
say
a cool
Narnia.
shirt.
It does not say. I don't know where
Um,
I got this. I got this from Shein, and Shein has a lot of cool, visually like cool stuff, but you never know what it says.
you know what
Like
I'm mad
sometimes
about?
it does like these weird phrases. You're mad?
I'm mad about Shein. Like I'm mad with Shein because I was trying to look for like a ATL t-shirt or a sweatshirt or an Atlanta sweatshirt,
Okay.
and they don't have any. They have New York, they have Chicago, they have Los Angeles, they have I think they have Texas, but they don't have Atlanta. So it kind of rubs me the wrong way.
You know, you can create your own
cool.
brand on Shein.
Wow.
You know how all these like weird brands, you're like, what kind of brand is this? And they started to make clothes. You could be that like brand person.
I don't want to work with Shein. I shouldn't even be buying from them.
Yeah, because they do. What do they do?
They do
like
stuff. They do stuff they shouldn't be doing.
They do some illegal
Not
stuff,
good.
and
I
here
mean,
we
it's
are
not funny,
still
but
purchasing it.
I know.
It's been a while though. It's been a while since I bulk shopped in general, and I used to do that a lot. But ever since Kai, I'm just like I can't.
Yeah, but
Because like I want to do it for him and and then it just gets too much. I'm like, okay,
yeah, you have to pick and choose. Like
the
I end up
items that
having
you
like 200
need.
things in my cart. I usually max out and go to the limit, and then I have to decide which ones I want to favorite and use for another time.
I started using Wishlist, but then every time I go back to it, everything's sold out. So I'm like, I don't even want to use that anymore.
You know.
Can we do the intro real quick?
Hey guys, welcome back to Sister to Sister. I'm your co-host Keiyana,
and I'm your co-host Kendra, and we are back.
We're back for another episode, and
it's been a busy week.
Yeah,
but we have a lot to unpack.
A crazy week. Yeah. Like I get what you were saying about like, yeah, you figure out you have an epiphany or whatever, in what you're experiencing, and that's just like a growing experience, which I think is good. I think we all have that. Like it is normal to have like epiphanies about where you are now and like where you want to be and trying to bridge that gap to be that new person that you want to be.
Yeah. Something. It's that gap that you have to fill with like experience too, because that's the only way that you can kind of get to the change in a way, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a journey because like you don't always want to change. You know, it is. And it's like you're like, oh, I know I want to be this person. I'm going to be this person. I'm going to be this person. And it's like once you realize you're becoming that, it changes the way that you perceive situations.
That's why therapy's so good, because they teach you how to make the shift into changing your mentality. It's so hard though.
And I realize like with therapy, because I'm like on and off again with therapy. it's like where either my therapist is left, she's doing something else, or I don't hear back from them, or something just falls through and the communication's off, or
Wait,
I don't know.
How are you getting your therapy? This does not
I get it
sound
through my
professional.
insurance. Like I go there, then I get
That sounds really not.
I just
Mic off.
the
Mic
off.
drop.
But no, it's like I was trying to like have I guess I had two therapists, right? One was a woman, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like her. Like, because she was like listening and not really actively telling me what to do.
Oh my God, I had one like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, can you please help me? Like, I'm like,
she just kept looking at me and saying, "Oh." Like, it's like, why?
Tell me something that I
are
need
you not
to
helping?
like learn from this.
It was more like she was observing me, and I felt like a little, what's it called?
Like
a lab rat.
Like a rat.
I felt like a lab rat.
Oh man,
it was weird.
Yeah, I have to find the right therapist. So I don't know. That's been a journey, and it's so for real, because it's like I just want a therapist who could just like stay there. Like, I feel like I've had a like, okay, so when I was pregnant,
this is taking it back almost 3 years. Okay.
I had a lot of anxiety, and I dealt with a lot of I had a lot of anxiety. And I went to a psychiatrist because that was like, that's what I had to do to kind of. So yeah, when I went to like a psychiatrist, I have to take this out.
Yeah. Don't be saying that part.
Okay, I went to a psychiatrist though. And honestly, she helped me more than a therapist, I'll be honest. I sound crazy. I do. But my psychiatrist did help me more than a therapist.
They're at a higher tier than therapists.
Yeah. Like,
and counselors are below therapists, I believe.
Yeah. So it's like psychiatrist, therapist, counselor.
Yeah.
But I did think that she helped me more. The way that she knew exactly how to calm me when she knows I was on a specific thought process, she knew like what to say and then give me tools to make sure I don't do it again, or like,
Yeah.
And it's like with the therapist, it was more like, tell me your story. And then they kind of just help you through the thoughts instead of telling you what you need to do next time to not go even begin this thought process. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
And like
I feel like my therapist kind of does that though.
See, I really had the best therapist. That's why I'm like, maybe I am looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah, because they say it's like dating, and like my old therapist, who I kind of got upset with because she broke up with me. She said, "I'm sorry, I'm just having to scale back and stop my practice, so I won't be able to see you anymore as a patient." I was like, "Oh my gosh," or client, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I was very nervous about traveling to another state for work by myself for the first time. And I'm an introvert, and I'm a homebody, and I don't like to, and I was so used to working from home since 2020. So that was like at the time 2 years of like working from home. So having therapy and feeling like, oh, I don't have like many friends or close people that I can reach out to during this time. It's like really hard. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I have anxiety about the thought of going, and like, should I take it? I think I should take it because I don't want to regret not taking it. And she was just like, okay, what scares you the most about traveling to another state? I said, well, to start, I hate airplanes. I don't like flying. I don't like going to airports. It gives me anxiety, the rush of it and having to get there and making sure you get there on time. And like, you're in the sky for how many hours? Oh my gosh,
that is a lot.
I was like, oh my God. And I'm doing it all by myself. I'm used to traveling like with mom or dad or you, or like with family. So she just said, okay, this is what you can do while you're there. She said, put earbuds in. As soon as you get to the airport, once you get out the car, put your earbuds in. You notice people walk around, they have headphones in. I was like, I didn't really notice,
wow, I
but
haven't
yeah.
noticed either.
So like cancel out the noise, put on your favorite podcast. You can check out these 3 podcasts I really like, and they help with uplifting women and like helping you through anxiety. Some are more spiritual and they incorporate like praying and into their podcast.
This was the therapist that like broke up with you?
Yeah.
She sounds really good.
She was so awesome. And she said, yeah, you can listen to a podcast, or if you have your favorite artist that you like to listen to, play a favorite song of yours and just listen to that before you board the plane. Listen to it while you're on the plane. Like, have that ready. Have your YouTube videos downloaded that you like to watch. Have your TV shows or movies that you want to download from Netflix. Have that on your phone so that when you get to sitting and waiting to board the plane and then on the airplane, you can have that to watch. And I was just like, thank you. Because sometimes you don't want to watch the movies on the plane. Like, it's limited, or the TV shows. You want to watch something that you actually, are interested in completely. Like, have more. I guess that's another thing. Like, I hate feeling claustrophobic. So, like, on the plane, I feel claustrophobic. You're in an airport, claustrophobia. And it's like, when I feel the most trapped is when I don't have, I guess, options to do whatever I want to do. Like, I don't have the options to drink whatever I want or eat whatever I want. I got to pay for that. And now they want me to pay for this. And, like, dang, I really just want some peanuts. But, I hate nuts. I don't know why I say peanuts.
Yeah, I don't know why you said that.
Like, I really just want a burger. But now I got to make sure I get a burger before I go to my section to board the plane. But, yeah, I think she walked me through that. That's why I say, like, maybe she was a good therapist. But that's why I wanted to keep her. So I do think some therapists kind of walk you through on how you can get over your fears or anxiety or whatever you're going through. But some of them more so focus on like, well, this is how you get through this thought process. I don't know. I feel like they do. Maybe the ones I've been to have.
I guess the ones I've been to haven't.
But the first one I had wasn't. She just listened and said, oh.
I've had that bad luck multiple times and it sucks. Yeah. But I was like listening to what you were saying, and that kind of helps to be in your inner world and kind of give yourself that break from the outer world. And I think when I go into big spaces like airports or conventions, or which we have to talk about, by the way. But
I wish I was there right now.
No. Yeah, like I'm so with my outside world and not so much in my inner world that I think that that's another shift that I could make as well. That's why it's so good to hear your perspective, because it's like maybe I think because I have a problem with thinking about too much. I overthink. I have anxiety.
I overthink too and have anxiety.
Yeah, and like
it's
always caring about in different ways. Like kind of the same, really.
Yeah, it is kind of the same.
Yeah, but
the way that you handle your anxiety is different from how I handle mine.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly the difference. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I have all these. Oh, and I like care too much about like what people think, which sucks. I hate that. And it's a trait that actually.
I have that too.
Segueing into the convention, Vidcon.
Okay, we just got to bring it up.
But segue, it's like on the same topic, because this girl who was a producer that like we go into the sessions. That's basically what VidCon is. Like you go into different sessions.
We went to VidCon, you guys.
Yeah, we went to VidCon. Okay.
She just said
we did. We did. We went to VidCon and it was such a fun experience.
This was a dream come true. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, so in this conference, this girl who is now a producer for like YouTubers, she came from like the reality TV space, but she ended up now being in digital media. And she was basically talking about how she had to stop caring about what people think. And I feel like in our lives, each one of us has this one hurdle that gets you from who you are to where you want to be. You know what I mean? And it's caring about what people think for me. And it could be something for someone else and something for someone else.
That's the same
and
for
it's
me.
Like, once you get over that, whatever that struggle is or whatever, it's like the ticket, the golden ticket, like the thing that God has for you is at the end of it. It's like a rainbow. You know what I mean? And it's like she was basically saying, as soon as I got over that and not cared about what people think and let my work show for itself and, you know, all the things. And I'm just like, she said that's when she just started thriving. And I'm like, okay, that actually is some really good insight, because that's kind of similar to the person I want to become. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was like amongst all these other great sessions that we sat in.
Yeah, so Kendra, she had the opportunity through her job to go to Vidcon this year.
It was fun.
And they had an extra ticket, so she asked if I could go with her. And I was like, yes, I want to go.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm so glad I invited you and even asked. I was like nervous. I was like, you know, like, we have an extra ticket. Like, is it okay if like my sister comes? And
I love VidCon. Like, I've been watching YouTube since it came out.
Yes, okay. 12 years old. 12 years old?
I think we were like 9. Okay, 20 years ago. How old were we? Yeah, I was 9. I'm 29 right now.
Oh,
I just gave away my age. Oh, God.
Yeah.
But, like, so that means you were 20. You were 7.
Yeah, I was 7.
So you were 7 and I was 9. And I remember we were doing, we were taking dance classes. And then we went to your hip-hop dancers' home to record music for the first time as Too Cute, because that was our name. As a duo.
Ew.
Our dad came up with that name as our dadager, our manager. And he said, Too Cute. And so we recorded our first song.
Oh, my God, I remember that.
At their apartment.
Ugh.
And he was teaching me how to do, like, this one riff. And we were looking up dance videos to figure out how we can choreograph to the song. I don't know, something like that. But whatever it was, your YouTube teacher typed in youtube.com. And I was like, what is this?
Oh, my God. And then the rest is history.
The rest is history, you guys. I've loved
no
YouTube
wonder
ever
you
since.
remember that so clearly. I was like, oh, okay. That's
I said, if I don't take anything else from this,
you said
YouTube.com. I started watching dance videos, how to do ballet, because I was taking ballet classes.
I remember you would have these playlists.
Yes, how to do your hair, your makeup. What? Makeup? Okay, you can do eyeshadow like that.
Gosh.
Black girl, what's up? Like, when you find those creators that are looking like you or similar, I just loved it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so VidCon, like, even watching some of the people that I, like, love watching, Latoya Forever, Adeline, and Remy, and
LaurDIY. She was there, y'all. She was there.
I wasn't able to go, but Kendra was there, and she surprised me.
Yeah. I was like, can you please say, like, hi, Keiyana? Like, she was like, hi, Keiyana. I was like, oh, my God. She's going to, like, go crazy over this.
Kendra was like, I was driving, like, from work, just got off work, drove there, and was like, okay. At first, I was debating. I was like, should I go? Like, will I make it in time for the last session I want to go to about podcasts, since we're doing a podcast? And I was like, I don't know if I want to go. Like, I don't know if it's worth it. Like, to pay for parking and
it was
to
a lot, yeah.
take that drive through traffic, Friday traffic
all
at
the way
that.
to Anaheim, yeah.
All the way to Anaheim. And, I mean, it was going to be like an hour and a half drive. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm off work. Okay, I'm just going to go. And so I was on the road, and Kendra texts me, what do you want to say to her? Like, what? I mean, I'm going up to ask questions. What do you want to ask her? Any questions you want to ask her? And I was like, oh, my God. What do I want to ask her? Ask her this.
In traffic. But there has to be something.
But, yeah, so I said, okay, Kendra, this is what I want to ask. I said, ask her how Remy's wedding was.
And she answered, no, but she laughed. I didn't even get that part. And I'm like, she was like, oh. Yes, she did that exact laugh. And I was like, what? That really got, she was like, dang, she a fan. She was like, she a fan.
I love
You're
that.
like, you're in the community, not just my channel, but the community.
Not like, you know, my friends, my best friends, my mama, my daddy. Yes, girl.
Yes,
I know
girl, I follow you. I know when you got that ring, how you got it.
I know you just celebrated your 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
I was like, I know Moose. I was like, if I was there,
hilarious.
I would have definitely asked questions.
And from that, you probably would have been on her team somehow. I'm telling you.
Like, girl, do you need to
love people who like are obsessed with them or love their life or has like this interest in what they're doing because it makes it that much better. They want to grow their business with you and they get inspired when you get them inspired. And I think it's just this cool exchange. Like, you know,
like LaurDIY, what? Like, that's so crazy. But I wish I was there. But having that video and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God. I had to get it. I was like, I know they're going to think that I'm asking for too much, but hey, can you also say hi, Keiyana? But oh my gosh, you have to insert the clip of her, like just like the voice or something. But yeah,
the question I asked her specifically was like, how do you
said
how do you stay like on top of the trends,
right,
pretty much,
right.
and how do you know how to pivot exactly?
Yep. First 3 seconds of the hook. I feel like the hook is not something that was ever discussed like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and now it's all about that like first 3 seconds, the hook, to break through the noise of social media because it's so saturated now. So I think it's about the storytelling, like what are you offering your viewers in terms of, is it entertainment, is it relatability, is it education of some sort, and how are you grabbing their attention and keeping them there with your story?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can you say hi, Keiyana, for me?
Hi, Keiyana.
Thank you.
I had like another question too, but it was too late when I texted Kendra and I was like,
I know
dang,
that one did sound good, but it was literally right after.
Yeah, because her podcast just ended, which I was like, oh, I'm sad about, but I totally understand. Like, it gets hard sometimes, or it's also like you have to choose what's best for you.
Yeah, and if like something doesn't work, it doesn't work, and if something does, it does.
Yeah,
but it was natural to you and where you are in your life right now. I think that's what matters the most.
But it was so cool. Oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, VidCon, I kind of wish I was there right now, but
yeah,
I'm also drained because of
the drive.
Yeah,
the week.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I think it was definitely worth it those 2 days, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm glad
I went. It's like Thursday
again.
through Saturday, so we went only Thursday and Friday.
Y'all, Soulja Boy was there on Thursday. We didn't see him though.
We didn't.
So I don't know where he was.
But there were a lot of influencers there. Not a lot, but I would say more of the Gen Z generation more so than ever.
Yeah.
Not so much millennial or, but I wonder what conference, millennials go to that are influencers. You know what I mean?
I just feel like millennials went to VidCon,
Oh, so it's like a young
and
creators
Gen Zs
type
are
thing.
now coming to it. Like, I'm late to the game. Like, I should have been at VidCon like 5, 8, 10 years ago. Like, I'm late. We're late. It's like, we're not late in the sense of like you can still create and you can still get information. It's just millennials were mainly there at that time when it was really popping and it was brand new.
Right.
Now it's like Gen Zers are like all their people are there.
Right. And they're growing up together, influencing together and like making this community. Kind of like similar to them.
Yeah.
Like LaurDIY, Remy Ashton, Alicia Marie, all of them probably went to VidCon in the past.
They did. Yeah,
and,
that's how I know about it.
And yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like, VidCon is generations of creators.
Yeah.
And it flows like that.
But
naturally, which is kind of like social media in general. Like social media flows with the generations, and it's
music and television and film.
That's what's so cool about it. It's like we're all interconnected, and like it's like this cool just community of people who are creators, and it's like the best thing. Like you have YouTubers, you have editors, you have behind the scenes, you have in front of the scenes, you have managers, producers, agents. Everyone's looking for someone to connect with specifically at VidCon, and not even that, just to learn. And you have all these like just different sessions that where you can pick and choose what route you want to go on. Like there's creator, there's industry, there's community, and then we had the creator pass, and they really do teach you about AI. They teach you about like
animation,
animations,
how to gain more followers,
and even podcasts, because this is something that we're doing now. So it's like, oh, these are the perfect classes to take to know how to reach your audience. And it's just so many different insights. Like so many different topics in like the creator economy that they touched on that you could go to.
We made a few connections. We got some merch. We had a good time.
There's like a YouTube lounge, right? And there's like I don't know what that was called. What we were in, was that the YouTube lounge? Or no?
Yeah, to get the tickets to get the YouTube bag.
Yeah, and then the bracelets and everything.
The YouTube keychain. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But there was a community area where if you had the community pass or anything higher than that, you can go into this huge like lounge or huge, I guess, auditorium with a lot of booths that were set up representing different companies and like different, for example, schools like LA Film School, our school that we graduated from was there, the Los Angeles Film School.
Yeah, we got some merch from them.
We got, the merch we deserve as alums. But yeah, it was really cool to see that this was their first year there at VidCon too. Yeah. So our first year, their first year. So
yeah, we were supposed to be there. We were supposed to be there that day.
It was meant to be.
Okay. What am I manifesting? Okay. I'm manifesting.
Oh wait, I do want to say this. Sorry. Okay. To like.
No, please go ahead, because I didn't even know.
Okay, maybe you can think about it. But this is so bad to say though. Maybe I'll cut it out.
What are you gonna say?
But because I didn't really talk about my week.
Yeah.
And I feel like my week was okay. Like still grieving. I do feel like it was kind of, I don't know, just like a drag and a lot of weight I've been feeling and a lot of, I don't know, it felt chaotic, but still at the same time. And I don't know what that means, but
peace in the chaos. That's not bad. I feel like that was one of our other episodes, peace in the chaos.
I feel like, like we said that at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a date that was supposed to go on today.
Right.
And I don't know if he'll hear this or not, but it's just really weird to date nowadays. And I know I keep saying that. Maybe I'm sounding redundant, but it's just really weird. But that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to leave this in. I don't know if I'm going to leave this in.
Oh my God, you're going to talk about it?
Not really say all the details. It's just.
I mean, if you're ending it with him, I mean, it's like, why not? But it's kind of like, I think the only reason why I'm like, why not, is because you guys have really been surface.
It's been so surface. It's
and
like
that's annoying.
I say, should I say this? I can always edit it out. But I say Happy Father's Day to you, and then you don't reply until like a whole like 4 days later.
Like no
it's
effort
so weird.
At all.
But then while I'm grieving and I'm going through, and I mention and communicate to you that I'm grieving and I'm going through a lot while planning not planning, but helping with my grandma's funeral. For you to be like, I know you're going through something right now, but I just want to know where we stand. Like, are you still interested? Are you cutting me off? Are you wanting to just be friends? Like, I don't know. For you to say all that, but then to act this way is weird.
He said that after you said, like, my grandmother passed away.
Yeah, he said, I know that you're grieving. I totally understand. But I do
like, how many days after you said that did he say that? Like, is this in the same week that he's saying this? That's crazy.
Because the first week I mentioned my grandma's in the hospital. Like, I communicated with him. Just so you know, I'm not trying to purposefully, like,
did he think it was a lie or something? And that's why he was like, look, maybe this is her way of, like.
We also don't have each other's Instagrams. So maybe he does think it's a lie. Maybe he thinks, oh, like, is she serious? But I told him, I meant when I said.
Is that a factor?
Maybe because he can't see, like, what I'm up to, maybe. Like, it makes him not know exactly where I stand. Because obviously, if you see it, you'll know, The truth is the truth when you can validate it by seeing something at that time. I don't know. But, I said, I meant it when I said, I just feel like I don't want to say this. You know what?
Cut it out.
I'm like, I feel like I'm just going to cut this out. But yeah, I went through something, with this.
What is he? Oh
I just feel
boy.
like, okay, I went through something with this person this week and it's just rubbing me the wrong way. And that's all I really have to say about it right now, because I feel like if I go into the details, it'll be too much if they're listening to it or they find this somehow. I don't want them to like
Yeah.
feel some type of way. But it's totally fine, you know? We're going to get through it. But yeah, that's how my week was. Besides that, VidCon was my highlight.
I'm glad it was a highlight for you. Yeah. I mean, I feel heavy too emotionally, really, more so than anything. Um yeah, I just
Yeah.
feel like I've been on this roller coaster, even though I'm looking at one right now. I've been on this roller coaster of emotions, and I think it has to do with how I'm grieving. Sometimes with grief, I like to just shut it out, shut it down, and then it comes out in like the worst possible times it can come out. And that's kind of like what I'm dealing with this week. One of those times it came out the way that it shouldn't have. But I mean, honestly, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I shouldn't blame grief for that, And then I hold myself like accountable, and I'm like, maybe it is me, or like
But
maybe it
that's good
is.
because it is grief, but for you to acknowledge it means that you are taking accountability for your actions despite where it stemmed from. I was trying to say that not
No,
too
you
fast so
did.
I can really say it
Yeah,
well.
you said it very well. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're gonna have to
So I
run
think
that
that's
back.
okay. I think that's good that you know now, Like it's better than just staying in it. It's at that point it's like, I don't care if you're going through that, but don't you care about, this? I don't know.
Yeah. So
So
it's just one of those things where I'm like, I can't blame grief for my actions. And I'm like, or not even just for my actions, but if it happens, I have to acknowledge it and move on from it and grow from it and keep going. And the keep going part is the one that's very, very important to me, because I have a tendency to get like so overwhelmed and just crash out. And it's one of those things that um has been something for me, I think, since, I don't know, 2020 maybe. I don't know when that's been a thing for me. Um but yeah, that's kind of like how my week's been going, or has been. But VidCon was definitely the highlight, I must
VidCon,
say. I
VidCon.
must say. And I'm trying to think about what else would happen, but it's just kind of just been like
It's been a blur
it's been a
for me.
it's yeah, I don't it's been kind of, in a nutshell, that
I'm
I
like,
would
I
say.
remember redoing my braids. I remember being on a Zoom call, and I remember crying a little bit. I remember going to VidCon and walking Bentley, my dog. But everything's like a blur. Like the days bleed into each other, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't the same day. That was 5 days apart from each other. Oh, I had no idea. But okay, what are you manifesting for this week to come?
You go first.
I am manifesting this new idea we have.
Oh my God, stop.
So that's all I'm going to
That's a
say.
good
I'm not
one.
going to give any
That's
more,
a good
but I
one.
am manifesting that we continue to like
Build on it
let
and
that
like,
flourish.
yeah. Oh.
That'll be really exciting for even you guys as,
Yes.
the people listening right now to see. It'll be fun.
Sirens. I swear there's sirens every day.
Yeah, it's like we live in the city or something.
Right. It's becoming like that.
The
I don't know
hell?
what's going on.
Overcrowded.
What am I manifesting? I'm manifesting.
Oh my God, it's just getting louder. We should probably
Are
just
they
wait a little
here?
bit. I know. Am
Can
I
you
okay?
hear?
Did I call 911?
I'm manifesting. I still don't know. I honestly don't. I
Bruh,
know,
how
and
you
I
not
hate the fact
know?
that I like came up with this, and it's
Yeah,
like I
but
don't know.
there's nothing you can manifest. I get to sleep more. I'm gonna take a bath. I'm gonna go see a movie. You can literally manifest anything so small. It doesn't have to be as big as you make it out to be or you think it should be.
I manifest. Um, balance.
Okay.
I feel like I'm manifesting concepts, not something like tangible. You know what I mean? Not products of something.
So how can you have balance in your week next week?
How can I have
Like,
balance in my week next week?
yeah, like how will you get balance? Like, instead of just saying it,
Well,
how will
it's
you
too
incorporate that
long.
into your week?
It's too long for me to say.
It's too long for you to say. Choose one way that you will be able to incorporate balance into your life next week to make you feel more at peace.
More space to be creative.
Oh, see, that's good. So like, yeah.
I would say I'm manifesting creativity. More space to be creative.
Boom. Period.
Oh my goodness, that took a while. But this helps. This is why I love this so much. Just like talking things out and like getting things out of your head and like unpacking your week. It's like it helps so much to make sure that you go in the next week cleared.
Yeah.
With the plan ready and knowing exactly what you want to manifest or
Yeah,
like you
it's
want to
like
do for the next week. So
when you
like,
listen back to the episode, you're like, dang, I did manifest that. I should
sure
actually
did.
do this. Like it holds you accountable too.
Yeah. Like it's cool to have like a dream board or like, you know.
Yeah.
But doing it and reminding yourself every day the different, you know, things you have to tell yourself to get through week by week to get to that manifestation board is really what matters. And I like that we're doing this because it helps. Okay, I'm dragging on. I want to go now. And I have to pee. So
well, if you guys know anyone that would enjoy listening to this episode, feel free to share or not. You know, whatever is cool with me, it's cool with Kendra. But yeah. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we can't wait to record the next one for you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good. And we'll see you soon, or we'll talk to you guys soon.